Okay, we have returned. So, welcome back to DDO. We weren't really feeling it on Tuesday, so we ended up playing League instead. Wait. Excuse me. Excuse me. I would like you to show the DDO screen, please. This is fine. This is what happens when I change settings to play a different game. It will hopefully pick this up. No? Not so much? Why must you do this, OBS? Okay. Alright, never mind. It did. Okay. It was just delayed. Just delayed. It is fine. Everything is fine. So, on Tuesday, we were on League. So, if you were there, we just played League. We went 5-4, and all of our losses were on support. So my win rate on jungle continues to be much better than on support. If you were only here last time we were on DDO, that was last Thursday, what we did is we were soloing the Temple of Elemental Evil, and we did manage to solo R10 of the section with Falrinth as the last boss. Unfortunately, what we didn't get to do is we did not get to fight him fairly. He decided that he was going to sit up on his balcony and force us to cheese him with ranged attacks, and he would not come down. So, there was that. We were unable to do any sort of High Reaper on Zugathmoy because there's just too much unavoidable damage in that fight, and I don't have the sustain to heal through it. So, tonight we're going to be starting in Wayloon, trying to get some drops. And let's see, what else do we have to cover? Oh, as far as stream patch notes and things that may improve the quality of life of those of you viewing the stream, I did notice that there is a problem I have when, say, I'm looking at my second monitor, because I'm now facing away from the microphone, and I noticed it was getting very quiet. So I've changed some audio settings, so hopefully my volume should be more consistent even when I'm looking at this monitor or this monitor. And hopefully that fixes our audio balance a little bit. Speaking of fixing our audio balance, why is DDO not capturing DDO? There we go. Let's see if we can get some in-game audio going. This is all stuff I should have done while we were on the before screen. I'm gonna actually move that up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now, off to Wayloon. Which one is Wayloon? Evening Star, Wayloon. So what we're looking for is we're looking for an assassinate item and a dagger. Now, Float On By did give me a pretty nice gear set layout. Unfortunately, I'm missing a lot of the items in it. Like, it has 2 Dino Bone Kukris, and unfortunately, the problem with that is, even if I had the Kukris, which I think I have one of them, I would need to double check my my mules. But I don't actually have that many Isle of Dread components to craft 2 Dino Bone Kukris. So, we're going to be going here for an alternative. Alright, we got a cake and some XP. And we got a little bit of XP and some plat. So, we're going to be doing Knife's Edge. We'll start on R2. I believe I can do this one pretty safely up to about R4. Let's see. Do we have all of our stuff set how we want it? I believe we do.
The were-rats sent you here to track down another major member of the Night Brigade. This one is known as the Master Thief. but she won't be easy to find.
And we want to switch to what? Yeah, we just... There we go. Want to put on our displacement. Trapping? Yeah, we don't have auto search anymore. Oh, and our disabled device fails. Interesting. How about now? We failed on a 4. Succeeded on a 14. The thing is, we don't actually need a whole lot there. What we're actually gonna need is up here.
This area matches the description the were-rats gave you. You're on the right track.
So there's a section in this quest where you have to go and like do a puzzle off to the side and so on and so forth. But there are 2 traps here. This box over here controls this blade trap that we're standing in the middle of and is not hurting us because it's not a problem. This one controls the floor dropping out and having to do that side thing. Interesting. So I can barely do these. I mean, alright, let's be honest. I could do them better. All I need to do is switch to this and I get my exceptional skills and it'd be easy. But that's not what we were doing, so here we are. So yeah, if you don't do that, the floor collapses, you have to go over there and like do a whole thing. But fortunately, we don't have to do that. Now I just need to remember my keybinds and how to actually fight. Including using defensive tumbles. I think I will take the stealthier route here. So yeah, if you recall how some other quests went, particularly when we were farming stuff in Myth Draenor, you'll note that I'm really cutting through things quite easily on R2. Whereas the particular Myth Draenor quest we were trying to farm was, not. Like, even on R1 it was tricky to do, so... It's kind of odd, I think, because this quest came out after that one, so it's not like a straight-up power creep thing. Just that maybe that specific Myth Draenor quest is more difficult than others. Go. Oh. Died easier than expected. There we go. So another possibility we could do here is we could change our spec, because we did change our spec for Temple of Elemental Evil. Like, we changed one of our epic strikes to be ranged so we could handle the guy if he's up on the balcony, things like that. So if I am specifically trying to ramp skulls up, I could switch from Quick Cutter to back to the Shadow Dancer strike, and in so doing I could what is the word? I could take meld, so I could have a lot more dodge.
I built all that to separate out the chaff. so only talented rogues make it through.
Open the door so I can kill your mans.
Came all this way looking for a place in my guild, or even to steal my treasure. No, you got hero writ all over you. You're here for something more confrontation. Well, far be it from me to keep you waiting. Kill him. They didn't last long. Guess this is one of those jobs I have to do myself.
There we go. So yeah, as you can see, R2 is not really a struggle at all. Like, I'm forgetting to do basic things with my build. Like, I didn't put up my single target debuff at all. That makes him take plus 10 damage. So we can up the skulls here a little bit.
The Knight Brigade stands on the brink of defeat. The were-rats will be pleased to hear how
number of times
plans
looted,
go.
1. Okay. So yes, we are off of our ransack timer. So
the were-rats sent you here to track down another major member of the Knight Brigade.
And by knife I mean dagger.
This one is known
And there
as the Master
is
Thief.
an assassinate
but
item,
she
which I
won't be
forget
easy
if
to
it is
find.
goggles or if it's yeah, goggles or necklace. Hopefully it's goggles. Wait. Maybe hopefully it's necklace. But
This
fortunately,
area matches the description
the main
were-rats
difficulty of
gave
this
you.
of this
You're
quest
on the
in the
right
first
track.
section is that there's like a bunch of traps and stuff. And traps and stuff do not bother me at all on this build. So we can just breeze through it. Sneaky, 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 sneaky. Go. Oh. I went for on a board that I pulled the guy from around the corner. Wait, did I remember to up the skulls? This feels the same. I did forget to up the skulls. Oh well. So, this back route that you can do by turning into a rat and all that means that you don't need to do the whole run around, pull this lever, fight the panther, pull the other lever, unlock doors, etc, etc, etc. It's just go left, fight a group, walk through this back alley, fight another group, and then you're done. So it makes things much more straightforward. And we are getting good usage here because the health pools are a little lower on these guys. We actually get a lot better use out of the temporary health from Shadow Dancer. Because it only gives us like 200. and it gives us 200 on each kill. So not only do they not hit as hard, so they don't blow through it as quickly, but I can kill them more quickly, which means I get to apply it more often.
This opulent manor
No need
seems
to
quite out of
apologize.
place.
Welcome back.
For all of the damp sewers and dusty tunnels you had to traverse to reach it.
We're making our way through this. And we'll see how well we can do.
The Master Thief's
Obviously,
nose
this is not
wrinkles
much
in
of a challenge since I
distaste as
forgot
you
to up
enter.
the skulls, but
Oh, came through the sewers, did you?
that's just how it's going to be for the moment.
All the little traps I laid. I built all that to separate out the chaff, so only talented rogues make it through. But I doubt you came all this way looking for a place in my guild, or
You
even
haven't
to
gotten
steal
any
my
of the gear
treasure.
from here? Is that because you haven't run
You
them at
got
all,
hero
or
writ all
because
over
you
you.
run them some but always gotten unlucky?
Confrontational, let's say. Well, far be it from me to keep you well. Killing. I didn't last long. Guess this is one of those jobs I have to do myself.
Apply that debuff. Let's see, what do I need you blow? 30%?
The Master Thief falls to the ground,
You
gasping.
basically can't touch me on R2. Should have both. Send them like twice each. Ah, I see.
With the Master Thief defeated, the Knight Brigade stands on the brink of
Still
defeat.
nothing.
The were-rats will be pleased to hear how their plan
Alright, that's
is
2 down.
going.
So I think we're gonna up the skulls to 4. 4 should be good. Not that it makes too big a difference in drop rates. It's like 1% per skull, but if it's not slowing us down much at all, I was gonna say any, but you're trying to get your elemental
The
bloom and it's
were-rats
just not
sent me
cooperating.
here to track down
That is
another major
unfortunate.
member of the Knight Brigade.
It's just
This
so
one is
busted
known as
though.
the Master Thief, but she won't be easy to find.
It's just like, would you like extra crit range and multiplier? And a little bit of sustain from the body feeder effect? It's like, yes. And the paralyzing effect too. It's just, even
area
after
matches
they
the
redid the
description
weapons,
were-rat
so higher level weapons
on the right
automatically
track.
get more W dice on them, it still competes. Yes. Now we make it so we don't have to do the side mission. I went too far forward again. I did. Oh well. No big deal. Just double pull the pack, solo R4. It's fine. We have gotten a better gear set since the last time we were here, so it's a little bit harder to kind of get us at this point. Plus, you know, the Gold Curse proc is doing a lot of work on the defensive side of things. Be the first time in heroic levels for like, so you've just been doing iconics for like the last 15 to 20 lives? That's, well, presumably you mean low heroics, because you're been doing you've been doing like the upper half of heroics, but I think I understand what you mean. All iconics, yeah. I've got a lot of iconics left to do as well. Fear Reaper. So now, I guess the difference is when things do hit me, it actually hurts a little bit. Especially if they put a dot on me. Oh, I should have killed him first, but I saw the champion downstairs. Yeah, so Burning Blood still hurts a lot. Go figure. Just gonna wait till we're out of combat to probably heal on ourselves. Not even good enough to full heal. It's fine though. Much easier when things actually cooperate and turn to gold.
This opulent manor seems quite out of place for all of the damp sewers and dusty tunnels that traverse the region.
Okay, much better. But we are getting to the final fight now, so the boss might be a little trickier.
The nose wrinkles in distaste as you enter.
Might have to.
Oh, came through the sewers,
Oh,
did you?
now you're done with iconics and it's
I
only
hope
class
you enjoyed
lives.
all the little traps I laid.
Yeah,
I
I've
whittled out
got.
to separate out the chaff.
Got
So
you know,
only
the couple
that
racials left,
to make it through.
and I have the
But I doubt you came
a bunch of
all this
iconics
way
and a bunch of
looking for
class
a
lives.
place
So
in my
it'll be
guild.
a while
Or
before
even
I'm
to
done.
steal my treasure. No, you got hero writ all over you. You're here for some more confrontation. Well,
play
far
creeper.
be it from me to keep you waiting. Kill him. They didn't last long.
I'm gonna go
Guess
up here.
this is one of those jobs I have to do myself.
Fluffy. Yep.
The master thief falls to the ground, gasping.
No real difficulty besides when we got nailed with that burning blood in R4.
With the master thief defeated, the Knight Brigade stands on the brink of defeat.
Wait,
The
what should-
were-rats will be pleased to hear how their plans go.
So yeah, it's you need 3 Dragon Disciple and 1 Sacred Fist. That's not much left. Do you know what you're going to do once you've finished literally all of the lives? Are you like, do you know what your final build is going to be? Like if you're gonna sit at cap and like do raids and stuff on it? Because I know you've been inquisitive recently.
The were-rats sent you
But
here
are you
to
gonna
track
be,
down
like,
another
melee,
major
or-
member of the Knight Brigade. This one is known
Oh
as
right,
the
but
Master Thief.
wow, you have the alt.
But she won't be easy.
What's
to
your
find.
main gonna sit at for cap? Right. Inquisitive now is a good choice because it is incredibly strong, and from what I've been told, the other, besides the fact that it just pumps out a ridiculous amount of damage, the newer raids are incredibly melee unfriendly. And I discovered that when I ran them for the first time. It's like, well, what is this? It's a dragon that, no matter what the tank does, is just gonna, like, randomly spin a bunch, and you're gonna eat a lot of knockdowns no matter what you do. It was just like, oh. Hooray. Great design there. Maybe I should just be melee. Deal more damage, safer. That one hit me for 450. Lots of chains. Go. Yeah, I've heard, in particular, Inquisitive or Artificer is really nice for leveling because they have the, like, multi-shot AoE shots that apparently work very, very well. I haven't tried those yet. Not since they redid them, at least. But they're reportedly very good. And Favored Soul, of course, gets a lot of nice sustainability goodies, and the Paladin one I don't quite get as much as some of the others. I see. I have always liked the Fate Singer Strike, even when it isn't, like, the best choice, like, mathematically. Actually, this depends on the build, and it depends on how many buttons the build has to press. It's very good, especially in the context of, like, if you have... And this is actually for the... I'm thinking more of the caster version of it. Which is that if you are on something that doesn't have a lot of good spells in its rotation, then having a really short cooldown thing like the Fate Singer Strike that's on like a 2-second cooldown is really nice. Because it like fills in your rotation really nicely.
This opulent manor seems quite out of place after all of the damp sewers and dusty tunnels by the perverse creatures.
Inquisitive doesn't have much. Well, Inquisitive does have the thing where sometimes you don't want to hit actives, like... I often feel like when you're in No Holds Barred, hitting actives can be a DPS loss because it like interrupts your animations. I don't know if it actually does or not, but it feels like it does.
I doubt you came all this way looking for a place in my guild.
I guess like you've got 10 seconds to hit all of your buttons, and then it's 20 in No Holds Barred, and then you've got another 10 seconds between it to hit your active buttons again.
Well, far be it from me to keep you waiting. Kill him! I didn't like that. Guess this is one of those jobs I have to do myself.
Okay. It hasn't hit me yet. Oh, there we go. Now we'll hit him so I can dodge. We can get our speed going. Keep up the debuffs. Keep up the bluffs. Special kill you button.
Master Thief falls to the ground, gasping.
Then ads get to be taken down by chain. Alright.
With the master thief defeated, the Knight
Perhaps we'll go up to
Brigade stands
R6
on
and
the
see how
brink
that
of
goes for
defeat.
us.
The were-rats will be pleased to hear
This is
how
going
their
even
plan
worse than
is
last
going.
time. Last time, at least I got food. At least I got named items, even if they weren't the ones I wanted. Now it's just like, sorry, best I can do is some randomly generated loot. Okay. 6 might be a bit much. But we'll give it a shot.
The were-rats
Now, most
sent
of it
you
isn't
here
going to be a
track
problem,
down
I
another
don't
major
think,
member
unless
of
I
the
get
Knight
really,
Brigade.
really unlucky with
This
Reapers,
one is
or
known as the Master Thief.
like certain
But she
champions,
won't
like
be
if there's
easy
a
to find.
champion caster that puts like burning blood on me, plus say like it's a soul of cruelty and I also get poison and acid debuffs or something along those lines, like that will be a problem. But most of these guys are
This
not
area
going to be a
matches the
problem.
description the were-rats gave you. You're on the right track.
I might just have to tumble more often. Oh, wait, that's not what I wanted. I want to search, not sneak. Hey look, it's a Despair Reaper. It's a Despair Reaper that gets turned to gold. Now, it is happening in... What is happening here is that because now when they hit me, it's like 400 each time, they're constantly actually getting through my temporary health, so I will have to actually pause to what? To heal sometimes now. What's going on? Oh, son of a bitch. That's the circle. Let me out of the circle. So, what happened there is I accidentally got caught in the climbing animation. It's like I'm trying to move and I can't. It was like hanging from that box there, and it's like, why can't I do anything? It's like, oh, accidentally grabbed the edge of a box. Just permanently silenced now. Now, what I should have done when I saw the Vengeance Reaper is switch my Spell Absorb Cloak. Because I have it out now, because I got it out for Temple of Elemental Evil. Go. Try to get as much gold distribution as possible. That is my main goal when I'm jumping into a pack. If I'm not trying to sneak up and assassinate something, it's to hit all the AoEs as soon as possible so that they all turn into gold. Okay. 5 seconds. There we go. And if you saw, we did manage to land and assassinate on that first wizard. And we are sneaking up to things because it gives us stuff like max dodge. Fear and famine. No big deal. Okay. This archer who is shooting me for 600 a shot is a slightly bigger deal. However, we can heal that damage.
The Master Thief's nose wrinkles in distaste as you enter.
Yeah, but while we're sneaking and all, we build up more max dodge. So we're at 40% chance to dodge. Wait, sorry, 42. So it's pretty solid. It's not the most you can get by any stretch of the imagination, but it's still good.
Or even to steal my treasure. No, you got hero writ all over you. You're here for something more. Confrontation. Well, far be it from me to keep you waiting. Kill him.
Okay, hopefully the vengeance was far enough away from the other stuff that she didn't get the vengeance buff. Legendary ward, epic ward, which is not the vengeance reaper buff. Oh wait, will you all come in here away from the boss so I can kill you separately? It's very nice of you. I mean, I don't think that's all of them, because that was only, I think, 4, and I think they're like 6. But still, I'll just wait in here, and I'll go in when I have my boosts ready to start the fight. Any other buffs I need to refresh? No? Okay, good. Reaper bonus to confirm, and yeah. Alright. Sneak, 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 sneak. At the moment. That going. Our epic moment has 10 seconds left on it. Once it wears off, we'll use our improved uncanny dodge. Use my defensive tumble. And there we go. We managed to get R6. It was a little slower. We had to do a little bit more planning, but it wasn't too tricky. And again, we get no loot.
The were-rats will be pleased to hear how their plan is going.
This quest just does not like me today. Does not like me one singular bit. So far, if we're keeping track, that is 5 runs. 5 runs, we have hit this chest 5 times. We have received 0 named items.
Another major member of the Night Brigade.
Well, let's see, what's the percentage on that? Well,
Master Thief, but she won't
we'll assume 33% chance. Repeating, of course. And so what we're left with is 2/3 to the 5th. So that's 2 to the 5th, which is 32. and 3 to the 5th, which is 243. So
this area matches the description
32 over 243 is approximately
You're on the
1/8.
right track.
So that is a 12% chance for us to be this unlucky, which is quite unlucky. Someone could probably plug that into a calculator and tell me how close I am, but I don't think that's really necessary. Because it doesn't really matter how much we could or should have, it matters how much we do have. So we do want to target the ones that are not, in fact. Ooh. Yeah. I really need to actually pay more attention to what champion types things are, because we're getting to the level of difficulty where, yes, it makes a difference. Does it? It's like, yeah, those like Archerons or whatnot, they bypass a lot of defenses, and they get powered up when they're at low health. Hey, this time when I jumped up, I didn't accidentally grab a ledge, so we were able to actually fight after we did it. I mean, plus it helps that there isn't a Vengeance Reaper standing there too, but, you know, we'll chalk that up to our personal performance being better and not the game treating us better with the random number generator. Because as we've discovered from the final chest in here, the random number generator hates us tonight. And I'm going to keep saying that until it's like, you know what, fine, here's the item you wanted with Mythic and Reaper bonuses on it, just as a sign of our apologies for giving you no drops earlier. We were gonna wait and give you one quality drop later. It's just, that's what it's doing. It's going for quality over quantity drops for us. I do need to use that more in combat as well. That being the shout. Because even if it doesn't heal me for as much when I'm in combat, it does still have the damage reduction effect for everything except untyped, I believe. It's only for like 4 seconds, I want to say, but still, I mean, why not do it? Master is down. We can come down here and fight these. Elemental Fury hurts a lot. I guess he was still in range of AoE. It's like, I thought I left a Reaper behind me that was still, like, healthy. Oh, yeah, we probably want to put our displacement back up. Shadowmark isn't really a big deal for this build. Like, the main thing Shadowmark has is, I believe they're one of the ones with permanent death block. So, you know, if you're a DC caster, then maybe they're a problem for you.
This
but
opulent manor seems quite out of
oh
place.
boy.
After all the damn sewers and dusty tunnels project reach.
I did not expect the Vengeance to go down faster than the other stuff, but it did. And fortunately, the other stuff died at approximately the same time, so we did end up being not too concerned, because only like 2 mobs got the Vengeance buff. Of course, one of the mobs that got the Vengeance buff
I hope you enjoyed
it
all the
it
little
hit us for
traps
like
I
1400
laid.
all
I
at
built
once.
all that
So
to separate out the chaff.
we would like
So only
to
the
prevent that
talented
from happening in the
rogues make it
future.
through. But I
But
doubt
we
you
will see.
came all this way looking for a place in my guild, or even to steal my treasure. No, you got hero writ all over you. You're here for something called confrontation. Well, far be it from me to keep you waiting. Kill him. I didn't last.
I thought he was already dead and I was just dodging the circle.
Guess this is one of those jobs I have to do myself.
Okay. Getting chopped down to very low health by the vengeance powered guy has messed us up a little here. But as long as she doesn't aggro us, we can hide in here for a little bit and heal up a little. And by heal up a little, I mean we're going to heal to full, because if you recall last time, it ended up being pretty close. Like, I only had like 500 health left. So we're just gonna gradually heal ourselves the rest of the way up. Put our buffs back up. And sneak ourselves over there. Well, this is not going as well this time. Nowhere nearly as well. Yep. This is alright. We wait out our timer. We hit gibbers. There's a res shrine in the chest room. No problem. We just need to make sure we don't hit gibbers before the death timer wears off. Because then you just waste it.
Thief falls to the
I
ground.
thought that was going to be easier than it was,
How?
but
How did you get
RNG decided to hate me once again, and I get up and I hit my epic strike, and it's just like, you know what? No. Double miss.
The were-rats will be pleased to hear how their plan is going.
Alright. And now we chill for a bit. Oh, actually, ads are going to start in like 2 minutes. While we're waiting out this death timer and recalling and stuff, that sounds like an excellent time to run ads, so no one misses any of the gameplay. So we're going to click the ad button, and I'll see you in 2.5 minutes. And we are back. We have just started the quest. Welcome
the
back from
were-rats
ads,
sent
everyone.
you here to track down another major member of the Night Brigade.
So that was
This one
six
is known as
six
the
times
Master
looting the
Thief.
chest.
But she won't be easy to find.
And not only no items that I wanted, but no named items at all. So clearly this means that the quest is bugged. Except of course that the last time I ran it,
This
it
area
did in
matches the
fact
description the
drop things
were-rats
for me.
gave you.
Just not the things I wanted.
You're on the right track.
Okay. Good news? No Reapers this time. That's excellent news for us. How about this? I'm not seeing any. That's pandemonium. We don't have any idea what that could be. Yes, run over there so I can AoE all of the ranged guys together. Okay, maybe not all of them, because one of them ran away, but a lot of them. Except they appear to be resisting my my gold, which is unfortunate. But you know, it happens. Not everyone can be tempted by gold the same way. That's Plague Reaper, that's fine. We don't need to take any special action against the Plague Reaper. It's just another melee threat mob. So we just need to kill it. There we go. And we're off. Once again, zooming our way through the rat tunnels. Now, of course, this is all, I'm gonna say somewhat pointless, because I'm not gonna camp this character at cap for all too long. So, I'm not gonna get a full gear set. But, you know, maybe we'll get at least some amount of gear set. Who knows, maybe I'll do some sort of falconry build that needs assassin DCs as well. I guess that's the downside to trying to farm gear on an assassin, is that for a lot of the gear that I'm going to be going for, it's not that applicable to other builds. Because specifically, like, what we're looking for in here, it's like, alright, we're looking for an item with Assassinate on it, which not many people need. But the other one is that we're looking for stuff like daggers, and I don't think I have anything else that would use daggers. Alright. Success. There. Hey, look. Golden despair. So, a Midas despair, really.
This opulent manor seems quite out of place after all of the damp sewers and dusty tunnels you had to traverse to reach it.
Archer split off from the others. The others are mostly... Go. Right, a little bit of a top-up healing. What is this? Oh, that's the dark consumption item icon.
The Master
Okay.
Thief's nose wrinkles in distaste as you enter.
There we go. All of our buffs are
Came
up.
through the sewers, did you? I hope you enjoyed all the little traps I laid. I built all that to separate out the chaff. so only talented rogues make it through. But I doubt you came all
we
this
have all the
way
right gear
looking
equipped.
for a
Yes?
place in my
Yes.
guild,
Okay.
or even to steal my treasure. No, you got hero writ all over you. You're here for something more confrontation. Well, far be it from me to keep you waiting. Kill him. They didn't last long.
Okay.
Guess this is
There.
one of those jobs I have to do myself.
Okay. Hey, can you see me? Make your spot checks. Thank you. Not you. Okay, and I'm already almost dead. That's not a good sign. Excuse you. I wanted to defensive tumble, please. There we go. Defensive tumble. Run away! Okay, so, she's hitting us pretty hard. And we barely did any damage. And part of that is because we went into that fight not expecting to go into that fight. Because I thought I could just pull the ads. And she's not dropping combat, even though we are stealthed. In theory, mobs will drop combat if they lose sight of you and you're stealthed for long enough, but she's still kind of looking at me. But she is not seeing us, which is good. I wonder if I could work this into a hit and run tactic sort of thing to do even higher skulls. Like fighter, get down to half health, run away and stealth, heal up and come back. Oh, let's see. Are my buffs still up? My buffs are still up. Wait, where'd she go? Did she stealth? Couple seconds left on improved uncanny dodge. How are you getting sneak attack damage on me? What was that you hit me with? Combat. Yes. You hit. You hit. You attack. You attack. Hits you for 500. Suffer 160 from poison. I dodged. Wait, what is this? I don't know if you'll be able to read this. But why was one of these hits at +10 and the other not? Is it like main hand versus offhand? It's like, that's 141, that's 141. And it says +147, +137. Also, 4 + 147 is a miss, 2 + 137 is a grazing hit? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, so her weapons are poisoned, so she's doing, like, if she double hits me, I get hit for, like, 1,000 plus another, like, 1,500 poison damage. She wasn't hitting this hard last time.
The Master Thief falls to the ground, gasping. How?
Well, that was significantly slower, because we had to run away, but...
With the Master Thief defeated, the Night
Alright,
Brigade
so...
stands on the brink of defeat.
R6, I don't think is worth it for gear farming. It's just... the extra time that it takes isn't worth the extra 2%. So we're going to drop it back down to R4, which we can do comfortably and safely. R4. There we go. It's so odd how the difficulty varies so much from quest to quest.
Sent you here to track
Just
down
like
another
Myth
major
Draenor,
weapon of the
I can
Night
barely do this quest on
This
R1.
one is known as the Master
This one?
Thief.
Yeah, no,
But she
no problem.
won't be easy
Let's
to
just do
find.
R4, R6. And as I was saying earlier in the stream, it's like, I would kind of expect that from like a power creep perspective of like newer quests tend to be harder. But these came out after
This
Myth
area
Draenor,
matches the
so
description the were-rats gave you.
who knows?
You're on the right track.
Just gonna swap in our trapping items, because we're not gonna fight before this. Oh. Helps if I swap in both trapping items. Well, really, one is the main trapping item, and one is, we'll call it auxiliary. Oh yeah, that's so much faster. And so much safer too. Off we go. Actually, even safer than I was just thinking about, because we don't have to worry about the higher difficulty Reapers getting on us either. But, well, we don't need to worry about Vengeance, we don't need to worry about Despair. It's just going to be the normal basic Reapers that are essentially, I'll say, a similar difficulty to a champion mob, as far as this quest is concerned. Probably. Bye, Archer. And we'll be coming around the corner. We'll be coming around the corner. Coming around the corner. And we'll go on. We're opening the door, like standing to the side like this, so that they don't see us immediately. Alright, multiple Reapers on this pack, where it's like guys spread out and caster mobs, and there's a champion archer here that's a stone guard. Yep. Once again, should have killed the wizards first. Because burning blood hurts a lot. Stone guards take forever to kill. Yep.
This opulent manor seems quite out of place after all of the damp sewers and dusty tunnels have been traversed.
I shouldn't have done this. Not only was I at low health, but I also, like, didn't have some of my chains off cooldown. So it's like, maybe this was a bad decision to take this fight right at this moment.
The Master Thief's nose wrinkles in distaste as you enter. Oh, came through the sewers, did you? I hope you enjoyed all the little traps I laid. I built all that to separate out the chaff, so only talented rogues make it through. But I don't.
Alright, I forget if this is our last chance in this quest, or if we get one more after this. I didn't note how many times we'd looted before.
Well, far be it from me to keep you waiting. Kill him! They didn't last long. Guess this is one of those jobs I have to do myself.
There we go. How much longer do I have on my epic moment? 10 seconds? And it's done. Go. Go. We need you like under 70. There we go.
The Master Thief falls to the ground.
R4 is easier. And we got lucky.
How did you get?
Because she has hurt me a lot more than that on R4.
With the Master Thief defeated,
Well, we did finally get a piece of named loot. Unfortunately, it's useless. So, 8 runs, 1 piece of named loot, and it's neither of the pieces I wanted. So much for this quest. Check something before we head on to our next one. Because I'm trying to think what other gear pieces I want. Now, obviously, there are the bracers out of Myth Draenor, but quite simply, that quest is a pain to run. Like, I might even run it on like Elite or something if I'm trying to farm it, as opposed to this one that's like, yeah, sure, we'll do R6. But let's see. Interesting that this set uses Vecna items. I have a legendary Periapt of Strength, so I have that. I don't know if I have a Duelist's Cloak or a reinforced shirt, though. Let's check the spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet for all the stuff I have, because I can't keep track otherwise. So, we are looking for Duelist's Cloak. We do not have one. Or... and we don't have University Bulwark's reinforced shirt either. Now, the good news is, as far as farming stuff is concerned, having a Vecna 3-piece is a lot better as far as being able to actually work it into future gear sets. So we are going to go farm that. So let's see, we're going to head to Grand Theft Orion and taken in hand. And this will be a good learning experience too, because while I've done these quests a couple times now, I don't know them super well. So let's see, what's the best way to get there? I think we just go to the airship portal and then teleport to Sharn from there. And I think we're gonna clear bags while we're there. Hi. Take me to Sharn. It's like taking you to church, but different. We want Vecna Unleashed. And then we'll go to the tavern or the inn or whatnot in order to sell our stuff. There's a banker. Beer finder. Bartender. Hello, bartender. Would you like all this ridiculously legendary, like, magical gear? I'm sure you would. Hey, Dinobone Dagger, which is like a kukri, but different. Okay. Selling all this stuff. Wait, did I... No, that wasn't a move. Okay, there we go. Potions of Cure Serious. Yeah, that's going to do a lot. Potions of Bark Skin. Protection from Cold. 20 resists. That I no longer need. I purchased them, but I'm selling them now. We'll keep the 11th. Sell that. We'll sell that. We'll get rid of that and that. There we go. Repair our stuff. And we're good to go. So, Grand Theft Orion is where we're heading first. This one, right? We will try R2 first and see how that goes. Because I don't remember how well these things scale.
The Tower of Orion looms ahead. Its polished white stone exterior gleaming in the night sky. Your informant, Alfred Rourke, waits for you before the stone gate.
Okay, I'm pretty sure the stealthy way is... Wait, the stealthy way is on the left, I think.
Alfred says
I'm pretty sure there's a locked gate thing.
Locked up somewhere on the top floor of the tower. He advises you to stay out of sight of the guards while you search.
Oh, that's the social swap.
Will make it
We
easier
want
to search for
the trapping
inkwell.
swap.
Climbing up above the guards will give you a place to hide. By using the
Alright.
checkpoints you will find up in the rafters, you can stay above and out of sight.
Okay.
You find a pipe at the base of this wall. The grate is locked tight. You tug on the grate and it springs open, revealing a passageway inside.
So, let's see.
You step out of the pipe and into a kitchen in the basement.
I don't think I have enough stealth to actually get past these. Or maybe I do? Chances of them attacking me when I open this door are incredibly high. Yep, that's kind of what we expected. Oh, remnant. I'm actually surprised I got past the first set of guards, to be honest. Right, now where the hell are we? Oh. We went the wrong way. This is how you get in from the other side. So I took the sneaky route, and then, because I haven't run this place enough, I immediately went to the non-sneaky route, undoing any benefit I would have had by picking that lock. This way? Yeah, there we go.
You find a room containing a service elevator leading to the upper level.
That's what we wanted from the first place.
The elevator takes you to a dark chamber full of machinery, likely in the back halls of the upper floor. To one side, you spot a small door through which you can hear the low rumble of voices. But first things
I'm pretty sure I
first,
don't need to sneak through
find a
these
way
sections
to
because I don't
avoid
think there are any guys
confrontation.
here. It's just like this
You
route to
open
an
this
elevator.
grate into a cramped vent.
Alright, now the trick is going to be remembering the route.
You emerge from the vent and find yourself above a large room decorated as an office space.
Alright, so library, teleport up, right, yes, of course. What is this? Back elevator, of course, right, got it. So, let's see. I'm pretty sure we just go straight. These things are rotating clockwise, right? There we go, yes. Keep going clockwise. We'll stay on this side.
You rattle the grate to no avail. Judging by the keyhole in its side, you'll need to find a key to get inside.
Of course, can't be picked. Okay. They go clockwise, which is fine. We stand here. Wait for them to turn. I could probably done that before they turned by just hugging the one on the right.
You spy a small vent in the wall above the lounge, marked with a large purple crystal.
Right, so if I recall correctly, I need to head this way. There we go. While you two look at each other, I will go this way.
Your eyes follow the pillars flanking the walls upward and find a small vent fixed into the stone. A murmur of voices rises from further down the hall. A configuration of light
I forget if I
beams
can
blocks your
disarm
path.
this or not.
They
I don't
hum
even know
with
if there's a
magical
box here.
energy.
Okay, no box, I guess. Or I was standing in the wrong place, or didn't have high enough surge. But I don't know about that. Right. The trick to these is that the order doesn't actually matter. Because each of them are binary, like on-off. So it really doesn't matter what order it is. But it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basically hit everything once. The problem is,
You find a small
I had heard at
silver
one
key
point
atop this
that
dusty cabinet.
they broke it such that it's no longer correct. Alright, so this comes out here. We want to head back this way, I believe. Well, first let's gonna step out here so we can actually see things. Right, I believe it dumps us right where we need to be to open this grate. Which is convenient.
The metal grate creaks open as you slide the key into its lock.
Okay.
You find a lever contained within walls of magic energy. At its base is a dim purple crystal, matching the crystal marking the vent in the lounge. 2 other levers are fixed against the back wall.
Okay. Here we go.
The glowing tiles dim, unlocking the red lever.
Okay, right. Right, I forgot the order. You do the puzzle, then you come out here, then you go back in, then you pull this lever. No? Or maybe that's the puzzle reset lever. Alright, this. Alright, let's see. This is really difficult and annoying when you're trying to farm or speedrun. Like, alright, come click all these things like a billion times. Especially this one, since so far, like, 3 of them needed, like, 6 clicks. Which is not ideal when you're trying to actually get through the quest. I mean, it works okay when you're in a group, and like one person can do this while the other person does the other side, but... Or in fact, because these things can be clicked separately, you can have a whole group of 6 people in here, like, all starting on different ones, as long as everyone knows which way to click them. It's fine. And I don't, like, know as in have them memorized. I was just basically tracking that, well, this can only go one direction, and this one can only go one direction, and this one can only go one direction. So it's like, each mirror only points at 2 other mirrors, so you have to point it at those specific 2 mirrors, otherwise it's not going to be able to do anything. Alright, so now that we did that one, we run all the way back north to there, which is where that that vent is. Alright, if you're going clockwise, then yeah, you're going to move out of my way here in a second. Pretty sure they always move clockwise, not just like in this quest, but like in general.
You crawl through this small vent and find yourself in the back halls of the tower's upper floor.
Oh wait, that's what happened earlier. I was confused because stuff fell down. I had forgotten that the chains actually trick things. I'm so used to the crowd control I have being turned them into gold that I was like, oh wait, yeah, there is a trip effect on these. It's just that I haven't been making the difficulty checks on it for a while.
The door leads to a room littered with open books and alchemical tools. Evidence of the mage's experiments line the walls.
We're gonna find out here in a second. Maybe it's both. Can't go do that. Okay. I've been spotted.
Inside this room you see more tools for the mage's experiments. Empty cages stand
here because these are casters and we want to get rid of them. Never mind, that's Spear Reaper. We want to make sure that doesn't just spam us. Okay. I do love that Bluff just makes things turn around. So it's like, are you shooting me? Yes? Okay, well, look the other way for a second.
A pack of skittering cranium rats leap from the shadows. The result of the mage's experiments.
Well, we can fight this red named around while we kill all of the green rats.
The last of the cranium rats twitches and falls still. You pull this lever and hear a door groaning open in the distance.
Alright. This is the optional puzzle? Maybe? Maybe not? Foiled by Reapers, seeing through invisibility automatically every time. And the way you can tell that, if you're not familiar with the user interface stuff, is anything with a purple eye over its head, those auto detect. And it's not just Reapers; it's also certain things that have like tremor sense. Okay, yeah, we don't care. Well, okay, actually, let me Google something real quick. Show me loot drops. Yes, all the loot is in the end chest. Not in any side optional chest. So we go straight to the end. And the good thing about this is that even if I don't get the items I'm looking for,
you at the end of this hallway, leading up to
I don't have very much stuff from Vecna in general, so unlike some of the other stuff where I was like kind of target farming almost assassin-specific items, there is a very good chance that anything these quests give is going to be good for some sort of future build. I don't know exactly what, but some sort of future build. As long as you're only hitting me for like 200, all I need to do is kill a dude between every hit, and you won't hurt me any. Of course, I haven't quite managed to pull that off, so I'll have to just make do with the fact that I'm...
antiquities and powerful magical artifacts are stored inside this room. Yet the Inkwell of Orion does not seem to be here with them.
Okay, we do buffs.
Before you stands a group of hidden hand cultists. Searching for the Inkwell's room, they spring to attack.
How dare you do elemental damage? Don't you know I'm weak to that?
The last cultist slumps at your feet.
What's funny is that that's the first time I've used any action boosts.
To find a mass of scarlet light beams that divide the room into a maze.
Now, if I recall correctly, these things hit ridiculously hard. Not the security drones, but the light walls. The security drones, they're not very perceptive. We're just gonna make our way through here. Another chest that does not contain named loot, so we do not care about it. This way then. Yes, this way. There we go. We have successfully navigated the maze. I do not know how many times in, like, groups that I've been in, people die a lot to those.
Ritual circle on the floor and a barrier of light beams.
Do I need to unstealth in order for this event to trigger?
The Inkwell of Orion. A voice rings out as
or are we just waiting for them to finish talking?
Into this chamber. Scanning. Unauthorized personnel detected. Commence final defense. You hear a low rumble as something teleports into the room. The mages have summoned a horde of demons, and they are out for blood.
Okay, there we go. Oh.
More enemies materialize before your eyes.
Well, fortunately, the more enemies that they summoned on us are easily crowd controlled.
And its companions fall to the ground and turn to ash. With the Guardians gone, the final barrier blocking the inkwell sputters out. Your path is clear at last. You carefully tuck the inkwell of Orion into your pack.
Alright,
Now
we
to
got...
escape the tower before anyone notices its absence. You emerge from the tower into the fresh
I'll take
night.
2 items for food over what the last quest was giving us, which was, until the very last run, nothing. So I guess the main problem with running this is that it's a pretty long quest. Like, it's pretty time intensive. However, we do actually, like, the thing we're going for here is the cloak, and the cloak is very, very good for essentially any melee character. So we are going to do at least 1 or 2 more runs. And I think this time I'm just not going to stealth at all, just so I can run it faster. And we'll see if, now that I kind of know my way around since I just did it,
looms ahead. Its polished white stone
see if we can't speed this up a
sky.
bit. Last run was a little over 18 minutes.
Waits for you before the stone gate.
Let's see if we can't get that down to maybe like 15.
Alfred says that
Now,
the inkwell of Orion
one thing is
is
going to
locked
be,
up
that's going to
somewhere
make
on
it
the top
easier,
floor of the tower.
is when I come in the back
He
way,
advises
I'm not
you
going to
to
go
stay out of
clear
sight
all the
of
mobs
guards while you
to
search.
get me into the front way.
Remaining
We're just
hidden
going to
will
go
make it easier
the
to
right
search
way
for
to
the
start with,
inkwell.
which is, I
Climbing
believe,
up
to the
above
left.
The guards will give you a place to hide.
There we go.
By using the checkpoints you will find up in the rafters, you can stay above and out of sight. You find a pipe at the base of this wall. The grate
Right,
is locked
off we
tight.
go.
You tug on the grate and it springs
Because
open,
the other thing that we confirmed
revealing a
last time
passageway inside.
is that
You step out of the
we're
pipe
not
and
really in
into a
any
kitchen in
danger
the
in here
basement.
on R2.
You find a room
So
containing a
we
service
can
elevator
safely just
leading
stay
to the
out of
upper
stealth
level.
and just face check and
The
fight
elevator
everything.
takes you to a dark chamber full of machinery, likely in the back halls of the upper floor. To one
Running
side,
around, tumbling
you spot
everywhere.
a small door through which you can hear the low rumble of voices. But first things first, find a way to avoid confrontation. You open this grate into a cramped vent. You emerge from the vent and find yourself above a large room decorated as an
we wanna go
office
this way.
space.
The reason we want to go this way is, as I mentioned, they turn clockwise, so we want to basically go all the way to the end.
You rattle the grate to no avail. Judging by
Just
the
basically
keyhole
hug
in
this
its
left
side,
wall and
you'll need to find a
keep
key to
hugging the
get
left wall
inside.
until we get where we need to be. Right, and you can squeeze through there. Good to know.
You spy a small vent in the wall above the lounge.
Yep.
Marked
And we
with a
continue to
large
hug the left
purple
wall.
crystal. The security construct flashes and a booming alarm rings out. Intruders, deploying reinforcements. You hear muffled voices as more guards teleport into the surrounding rooms.
Okay.
Your eyes follow the pillars flanking the walls upward and find a small vent fixed into the stone.
So we've also learned that those force
rises
traps
from
are
further
a
down the
reflex
hall.
save.
A configuration of
So
light
that's
beams
good to
blocks
know.
your path. They hum with magical energy.
Come out, we
You
turn.
find a small silver key atop this dusty
Right,
cabinet.
yes, okay, good. We're making much better time this time, now that I've managed to remember how to do the quest.
The metal grate creaks open.
They're dead enough. I can kill them on the way back, since I do have to come back through here.
You find a lever contained within walls of magic energy. At its base is a dim purple crystal, matching the crystal marking the vent in the lounge. 2 other levers are fixed against the back wall. The glowing tiles dim, unlocking
One
the
down,
red
and now
lever.
we have the click all the things puzzle. And by puzzle, I mean we just have to click a bunch of things. Click, 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 click. Okay. And now you're facing the right way, and you have to get clicked a bunch. In fact, we're going to start an ad right now. It's going to start in a couple minutes, so we're going to put an ad up instead of watching me just click these things over and over and over again. Unless, of course, you're like subscribed or you're on YouTube or anything like that, well, you don't get the same ads as Twitch. I've mentioned this before, but Twitch allows you to actually control when you run ads, although they heavily incentivize the running of them. But at least you can kind of time them into lulls in your content. At least on YouTube, I cannot do that. It does not let me do that. So, we cannot. I have no control over when YouTube runs ads. In fact, I don't even know when they're running ads. They do not tell me. There is no indicator. Or at least none that I know of.
The beam of light from the mirror strikes its target, unlocking
Clicky puzzle
the
done.
lever. The light
Even when you
beams
fully know it,
guarding
it
the
takes
lever
a full
sputter
minute
to a
of just
stop.
clicking on things a
The purple
bunch.
crystal on the pedestal lights up, signaling that the vent in the lounge has been opened.
Alright, and we run. We run, we run. I have lost the optional of not triggering any alarms, but, you know, I'm pretty sure it... Oh, that was interesting. I'll have to test that probably at some point later, but I missed my jump and I just kind of walked from one onto another.
You crawl through the small vent and find
Which is,
yourself in the back halls of the tower's upper floor.
Interesting. If that works, like if you can actually just walk from one to another, as long as you're like where they're the closest together, that makes that whole section way, way easier. Now, part of it might be because as the Shadow Dancer mantle
The door leads to a room
lets me do
littered
things,
with open books
I am kind of
and
floating,
alchemical
so
tools.
maybe that
Evidence
small
of the
amount
mage's
of extra height
experiments line the walls.
makes a difference.
Inside this room, you see more tools for the mage's experiments. And the cages stand open on its rim.
Okay, we want to kill this one too. And this stretch, which should trigger the next set of guys to spawn.
A pack of skittering cranium rats leaps from the shadows.
There we go. And welcome back from ads, everyone. We are doing dumb things. Like double pulling groups.
The last of the cranium rats twitches.
We still have arcane guys shooting us from outside.
You pull
but that's
the
fine.
lever and hear a door groaning open.
That is the way to the optional. So we're going to go this way. That we have learned from last time is the correct way to go. There we go. I don't know if we killed all of them.
Another elevator
but we don't need to.
stands before you at the end of this hallway, leading up to the top floor.
Okay,
The
so
Inkwell of Orion
we go
must
forward?
be somewhere up above. You exit the elevator to the top floor of the tower. The Inkwell of Orion must be close by.
There we go. And now we're in the maze area. Oh no, we're here. Can I open this while he's still alive? Well, he
Various
died, so
antiquities and
I will not get an
powerful
answer to that
magical
question.
artifacts are stored inside this room. Yet the
It would be
Inkwell of
interesting to
Orion
know
does
whether
not
that's one of
seem to
those,
be here
like,
with them.
door locked by life force, where you have to kill the guys nearby for it to unlock. Up we go.
Before you stands a group of hidden hand cultists. They spring to attack. The last
Go.
cultist slumps at your feet.
Heal up from the acid damage from the dot he puts on us, and we're
You
forward.
open the door to
into
find
the
a
maze
mass
room.
of scarlet light beams that divide
Yep.
the room into
Yep.
a maze.
Nope, wrong way. This way. Around and around and around we go. Trying to go faster means we get hit. Which, you know, stands to reason. Alright. Made it in the maze. This time, because we were rushing to see if we can go faster, we did take more damage, but
You see a
That's
large
not
ritual
awful.
circle on the floor and a barrier of light.
and this
beams.
time we are only going to stealth
Beyond
at this
stands
point
your final goal,
because
the
it lets us
Inkwell
build up our
of
buff.
Orion. A voice
And
rings
we have to
out
wait for
as
all
you
the talking
step
to
over
happen
the
anyway.
threshold
So
and
we
into
just have to
this
fight two
chamber.
waves of stuff here and we'll be
Scanning.
good.
Unauthorized personnel detected. Commence final defense. You hear a low rumble as something teleports into the room. The mages have summoned a horde of demons, and they are out for blood.
Alright. These guys will just get killed by AoE in a second.
More enemies materialize before your eyes.
Fortunately, I still had my epic moment going too, so when these guys spawned in, some of them attacked me, and attacking someone when the Shadow Dancer epic moment is going, how much does this hurt for?
Brock and its companions fall to the ground and
What is
turn to
this?
ash. With the Guardians gone, the final
disease.
barrier blocking the Inkwell
Alright,
sputters
so
out.
it debuffs
Your path is
like
clear
resistances
at
and
last.
stuff, and it deals damage
Carefully
over
tuck the
time.
Inkwell of
So
Orion
not
into
really
your
something
path.
you want to stand in.
Now to escape the tower before anyone notices its absence. You emerge from the tower.
Alright, we have a
into the
crossbow.
fresh
Oh,
night air.
Defender's Cloak.
Inkwell in
Unlucky.
hand,
We wanted
you're ready to return
an
to
offensive cloak.
Moorgrave
But okay,
University
first run was
and
18
deal with
minutes.
the Codex
This
once
run,
and for all.
11 and a half. So, good improvement from actually knowing where to go. And, at least unlike the last one, which did also take... I wasn't looking at the exact time, but... It definitely wasn't taking 18, but it might have been taking 11. Especially when we went onto higher difficulties, and it was, you know, getting harder. Alright, up we go. And, as a plus side, we're getting
The Tower of
way,
Orion
way better
looms ahead, its polished white
named
stone
drops.
exterior gleaming in the night sky.
just by virtue
Your
of
informant,
having
Alfred
a set of
Roy,
weapons on the
waits
drop
for you
tables,
before
so
the
at least we
stone
get
gate.
food out of it.
He silently
So
beckons
that's a
to you.
nice side
Alfred
benefit.
says the that the Inkwell of Orion is locked up somewhere on the top floor of the tower.
I wonder if I
He
can
advises you to
tumble
stay out of sight
from
of the
platform
guards
to
while
platform
search.
instead
Remaining
of
hidden will make it easier
jumping.
to search
Because
for the
jumping I
Inkwell.
have to kind of wait to
Climbing
come
up
back
above
down.
The guards will give you a place to hide. By using the checkpoints you will find up in the rafters, you can stay above
Traditional
and out of
speedrunning
sight.
technique. Tumble everywhere.
You find a pipe
Everywhere?
at the base
Everywhere.
of this wall.
If it
The
is
grate
at
is
least
locked
a
tight.
slight bit faster
You
than
tug on the
running,
grate and it springs
you
open,
gotta tumble. You gotta
revealing a
dash. You gotta do
passageway
the
inside.
Metroid thing where you
step out of the pipe and into a kitchen in the
step
basement.
like where you push like
find a
up and
room
down
containing a
repeatedly
service
because
elevator
of how
leading
the
to the
animation
upper
works.
level.
It makes her like move forward one
elevator
frame.
takes you to a
So if you do it
dark
while
chamber
running, it's
full of
slightly
machinery.
faster.
Likely in the back halls of the upper floor. To one side, you spot a small door through which you can hear the low rumble of voices. But
Okay, I
first
might
things
just be
first,
able to run.
Find a way to
Alright.
avoid confrontation.
There. We'll jump that gap.
You open this
Jump
grate
this
into
gap.
a cramped vent. You emerge from the vent and find yourself above a large room decorated as an
Well,
office space.
that does make this easier.
You rattle the grate to no avail. Judging by the keyhole in its side, you'll need to find a key to get inside.
Stick to this side.
The security construct flashes and a booming alarm rings out. Intruders,
Yes.
deploying reinforcements. You hear muffled voices as more guards teleport into the surrounding rooms. You spy a small vent in the wall above the lounge,
Off we
marked with a
go.
large purple crystal. Your eyes follow the pillars flanking the walls upward and find a small vent fixed into the stone.
Tumbling.
A murmur of
Tumbling
voices
down.
rises from further down the hall.
Tumbling down,
A
tumbling down.
configuration of light beams blocks your path. They hum with magical energy. You find a small silver key atop this dusty cabinet. The metal grate creaks open as you slot the key.
There we go.
You find a lever contained within walls of magic energy. At its base is a dim purple crystal, matching the crystal marking the vent in the lounge. Two other levers are fixed against the back wall.
I'm hoping to speed this up slightly by making use of the fact that there's an animation, so if I can have two animations playing at once, it's beneficial. Now the downside is, it means I'm not paying as much attention to each individual mirror, which means there's a chance that I hit one at the wrong point, and I have to make it do a whole nother turn. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
The glowing tiles dim, unlocking the red lever.
One lever. Oh, did I miss one? Oh, one more on this.
The beam of light from the mirror strikes its target, unlocking
Alright,
the
making
blue
good
lever.
time.
The light beams guarding the lever sputter to a stop. The purple crystal on the pedestal lights up, signaling that the vent in the lounge has been opened.
Alright, and now we go all the way to the end here. Alright, there we go. Tumbling,
You
tumbling.
crawl through this small vent and find yourself in the back halls of the towers of the floor.
Why must you hit so hard? Stop being digital champions in this digital world. That is a job for someone else, not you.
door
Turning
leads
left.
to a room littered with open
We
books
are not
and
Derek
alchemical
Zoolander.
tools.
This is within our
Evidence of
capabilities.
The mage's experiments line the walls.
Can we open it before we get hit? Yes.
Inside this room, you see more tools for the mage's experiments. Empty cases.
Kill the cannons. Yep.
A patch of skittering cranium rats leaps from
Now
the
we need to
shadows.
kill all the rats. More than 10 rounds, but you know, that's different quests.
The last of the cranium rats twitches and falls still.
I think I killed both of them.
You pull this lever and hear a door groaning open in the distance.
Grab all the remnants on the way out. And there were a lot of them. Because there were an unusual amount of champions in there. But we'll make do. Now we're mostly stopping to kill this because it has line of sight to the doorway, which means it can hit us and interrupt us opening the door.
Another elevator
Fortunately,
stands
the
before you
number
at
of
the end
enemies
this
in
hallway,
each of these groups is
leading
low
up to
enough
the top
that
floor.
I'm not worried
The inkwell
about
of
getting
Orion
a big
must
dungeon
be
alert
somewhere
later.
up above. You exit the elevator to the top floor of the tower.
Up we go.
The inkwell of Orion must be close by.
Go.
Various antiquities and powerful magical artifacts are stored inside this room.
Now let's see if we
Yet
can
the
manage
inkwell
to
of Orion
not...
does not seem
Oh
to be
wait,
here
sorry.
with them.
For some reason I thought we were already at the laser maze. But we have to fight the cultist red name
Before you
first.
stands a group of hidden sand cultists. Well as well, they spring to attack. The last cultist slumps at your
Yep.
feet.
So, but back to the laser maze. Let's see if we can get through it without getting too many
You
hits
open the
in.
door to find a mass of scarlet light beams.
I say as
that
I
divide
immediately
the
walk
room
into the
a
wall and
blaze.
take like 1500 damage. Look, this works better when I was sneaking. I think it's just a better speed for me. Okay. So once again, we got impatient, took a bunch of damage. It's probably fine.
You see a large ritual circle.
We
on
will
the
have enough
floor,
time before
and a
these guys
barrier of
spawn
light
to
beams.
heal ourselves up.
Beyond stands your final
There we go.
goal,
Easy
the
enough.
inkwell of Orion. A voice rings out as you step over the threshold and into this chamber. Scanning. Unauthorized
Yep.
personnel detected.
We are unauthorized
Commence
personnel, that's
final
certainly
defense.
correct.
You hear a low rumble as something teleports into the room. The mages have summoned a horde of demons, and they are out for blood.
So we did learn last time on the second one that we do want to step out of this because it's a pretty annoying debuff. For some reason, we don't appear to be hitting this guy as hard as last time, which is unfortunate. It is nice that these mobs do actually have like some mechanics
More
to them.
enemies materialize before your eyes.
Yeah, one easy way to tell that we were not doing as much damage is that, hey, we didn't have our thing ready this time. Or rather, we weren't still in our epic moment by the time the second group spawned. So, that's an easy way to tell.
The rock and its
That we were
companions
slower.
fall to the ground and turn to ash. With the Guardians gone, the final barrier blocking the inkwell sputters out. Your path is clear at last.
No
You
named loot this
carefully
time.
tuck the inkwell of Orion into your
Oh
pack.
well, we got double
Now
loot
to
the last
escape
2
the
times,
tower
so I suppose
before
we had to get
anyone
unlucky
notices its
eventually.
absence. You emerge from the tower into the fresh night air. Inkwell in hand, you're ready to return to Moorgrave University and deal with the Codex
Oh,
once
I didn't
and
check
for
the
all.
timing. Let's go for one more of these. Mostly because I didn't check the time and I wanted to see how much faster we got. Our best that we looked at
The
so
Tower
far
of
was 11
Orion
and a half.
looms ahead, its polished white stone exterior gleaming in the night sky. Your informant, Alfred Rourke, waits for you before the stone gate.
But I think we can do
He
better.
silently
I think the
beckons
last
to
run
you.
was better, but I just
Alfred
forgot to
says
open it up
that
and look
the
at it.
Inkwell of Orion is locked up somewhere on the top floor of the tower. He advises you to stay out of sight of the guards while you search. Remaining hidden will make it easier to search for the
I
inkwell.
almost closed the door on myself
Climbing
there
up above the guards
by
will give you a
incorrect
place to
targeting.
hide. By using the checkpoints you will find up in the rafters, you can stay above and out of sight.
Okay, here we go.
A surly wizard guards the front entrance to the tower. She sizes you up.
Oh,
So,
we're running low on tumble
members
charges.
of the
That's fine.
Esoteric Order of
I've got a
Orion
bunch.
only.
And they come back pretty quickly,
You
too.
find a pipe at the base of this wall. The grate is locked tight. You tug on the grate and it springs open, revealing a passageway inside. You step out of the pipe and into a kitchen in the basement. You find a room containing a service elevator leading to the upper level. The elevator takes you to a dark chamber full of machinery, likely in the back halls of the upper floor. To one side, you spot a small door through which you can hear the low rumble of voices.
There we go.
But first things first,
I wonder if that works
find a
if
way
you don't
to
have,
avoid confrontation.
like, floating.
You open this grate into a cramped vent.
Like,
You emerge
obviously
from the
you
vent
need Featherfall,
and find yourself above a large room
but
decorated as an
I don't know if
office
it
space.
works if you're, like,
You rattle the grate to
don't
no
also
avail.
have the Shadow Dancer,
Judging by
like,
the
I'm
keyhole
floating
in
above
its
the
side,
ground, sort
You'll
of
need to
thing.
find a key to get inside. You spy a small vent in the wall above the lounge, marked with a large purple
But,
crystal.
It does certainly
Your
make that
eyes follow
feel,
the
I don't know if
pillars
it's
flanking the
actually that
walls
much
upward
faster, but it certainly
and
feels
find
a lot
small
faster
vent
than, like,
fixed
jumping
into the
between each
stone.
one.
A murmur of voices rises from further down the hall. A configuration of light beams blocks your path.
Okay, off we go.
They hum with magical energy. You find a small silver key atop this dusty cabinet.
Alright, that's a lot of champions.
The metal grate creaks open.
Go. Handled them.
You find a lever contained within walls of magic energy. At its base is a dim purple crystal, matching the crystal marking the vent in the lounge. 2 other levers are fixed against the back wall.
This one gets turned this many times. That one gets turned once more. These two both need a lot more turning. That one's done. This one needs 2 more. And this one needs like 5 more. 2, 3, 4, and 5. This one needs 2 more.
The beam of light from the mirror
And
strikes
there we
its
go.
target,
One side
unlocking
done.
the blue lever.
I miss one?
The glowing tiles
Well,
dim.
even if you miss one, it's pretty
Unlocking
easy
the
to
red
tell
lever.
which one you missed, because it's just like,
The light
okay,
beams guarding the lever
let's look at the
sputter to a
pattern and
stop.
see what is in the middle
The
and
purple
connected to two
crystal on the
things,
pedestal lights up,
because those are all
signaling that the vent in the
pretty
lounge has been
evenly
opened.
done. Yep. And we can run across these. I don't know if I can run across those, so we're gonna jump just in case, just to be safe.
You crawl through this small vent and find yourself in the back halls of the towers of the floor.
Why must you all be champions? Okay. Alright, as before, the correct way is left.
The door leads to a room littered with open books and alchemical tools. Evidence of the mage's experiments line the wall. Inside this room, you see more tools for the mage's experiments. Empty cages.
The range thing. In this case, it is a bit of a hindrance that stuff got turned to gold. But now I need to run back over here, since it couldn't follow me.
Cranium rats leaps from the shadows. The result of the mage's experiment.
Okay, we need to run over these things, speed them up. But this is fine, since we had to be killing the red named anyway. It's pretty easy to just walk over while I'm using the AoE stuff that's already in rotation for killing single targets. So,
You pull this lever and hear a
We have
door
that.
groaning open in the distance.
here we go. That's the optional. We head straight. Go. Take out the ranged guy that would be able to interrupt
Another elevator
this,
stands before you at the
and
end
we're
of
on
this
to the next
hallway,
floor.
leading up to the top floor. The Inkwell of Orion must be somewhere up above. You exit the elevator to the top floor of the tower. The Inkwell of Orion
Around
must
and around
be
and
close
around and
by.
around and around and around. Go. Do a little jump to skip the last part of the stairs. And now, of course, we just walk through all of this. Still haven't tested whether or not I need to kill these guys or not. You do. Good to know. It is one of those life force bound locks. Although that makes more sense in this quest than some others. Like, when you have like random hired guards, it really doesn't make sense because, like, who's signing that employment contract? Alright, so if someone like really wants to get in, like, do they have to steal the key from me? Or, oh no, they have to kill you. We're tying this door to your life force. Like, the only way they're getting in is by killing you. Like, huh. This wasn't in the want ad, I don't think. But, for that case, down below, where the door unlocks when you kill the summoned defense demons, well, that makes a bit more sense.
To find a mass of scarlet light beams that divide the room into a maze.
I was gonna walk by it, but then collision happened, and it pushed me sideways into the beams. So, I guess that's one way that the defensive orbs can help defend, is just like, I'm gonna stand in the way, and you're gonna walk into the beams. Like, huh. I don't think that was the intended function, but if it works, it works.
You see a large ritual circle on the floor.
Alright.
And a barrier of light.
Made it to the final fight.
Beyond stands your final goal, the Inkwell of Orion. A voice rings out as you step
And now we just
over
have to
the
wait for them to
threshold and into this
summon their
chamber.
last pathetic card.
Scanning. Unauthorized personnel detected. Commence final defense. You hear a low rumble as something teleports into the room. The mages have summoned a horde of demons, and they are out for blood.
Ronnie Group responds. That's always fun. Yep, we prefer that one. We can keep DPSing while you're doing that one.
More enemies materialize before your eyes.
That time we actually stood in it because while it is an annoying debuff, it's not a problem for us because we had our heal ready. And it's a disease-based debuff, and heal cures diseases. Wait, did you just, like, fly at me? That's new. I didn't see you do that one before.
Rock and its companions fall to the
There we
ground
go.
and turn to ash. With the guardians gone,
And what's our
the final
time?
barrier blocking the Inkwell sputters out.
10:40.
Path is clear at last. You carefully tuck the Inkwell of Orion into your
Alright, so we got double name drops
Now
on the
to
first
escape the
two.
tower before anyone
and,
notices its absence. You
And then nothing on the
emerge
second
from
two.
tower
Let's
into
try the
fresh
other
light
quest
air.
that we were gonna do.
Inkwell in
Which was
hand,
taken
you're
in hand,
ready
I
to
think?
return to Moorgrave University and deal with the Codex once
Yeah, taken
and
in
for
hand.
all.
Which one is that? That's that one's Vecna Unleashed. That one's Turn the Page. Which one is Taken in Hand? That's Barkin Blade. Enemy of my enemy. Evil we know. Law and Order. Taken in Hand. Oh, it's this one. Gross.
Your allies have already begun their attack on the Hidden Hand headquarters. You should speak with your United Forces contact. The scout says that the United Forces assault on the Hidden Hand's headquarters is already underway. You can take advantage of your allies' attack to carve your way through the enemy base. The Hidden Hand cultists have locked down their fortress to help them battle the invasion.
Alright. You
You'll
wanna go
need
up
to
here,
find
right?
a way to open more doors if you want to make your way further inside. The lever that unlocks the door leading forward is guarded by one of the leaders of the Whispered One's cult. The Hand of Vecna.
Gothic Watchers, just hitting me for
Good
force
job of
damage.
keeping the Hidden Hand busy while you conduct your search.
And a Vecna. 200,000 health. Well, you're annoying, aren't you?
The Hand of Vecna.
I guess this is the downside to trying to farm the Vecna quests, is that they appear to be relatively long compared to some other quests that you might want to farm. Oh, it's open. Okay. For some reason I thought I needed to pull 2 levers. Unfortunately, unlike the other one that I mentioned, it's just like, oh, I'm not too worried about getting Dungeon Alert because there aren't that many guys here. Wait, what knocked me down? I failed a command save? That's super annoying. Where were we? Excuse you. Excuse you. Hate you. Perfect accuracy, force damage, interrupting me every time. Oh, and I double checked. This one is the one with the cloak. The last one was the one with the armor I was looking for.
One of the levers you'll need to access to open the way forward.
Okay, we're coming over here to fight the red
This
name.
lever is guarded. You'll need to defeat the Eye of Vecna to open
There it
your
is.
path.
I wanted to take my dungeon alert level down, but stuff wasn't moving. Alright, wait, where's the Nothic? There it is.
The Eye of Vecna falls, allowing you to access the lever guarded.
Yeah, this quest is much more annoying than the other one. Just instead of platforming, what I have here is like archers and Nothics and stuff everywhere. It's interesting that you don't need to go over to the left there at all. Okay, maybe I do need to go off to the left there now, because now I'm getting into more dungeon alerts, so. Hoping that more stuff would like catch up. Okay, once again I failed save. Which is kind of odd, since I do have slippery minds, but then again I guess I don't have really good will saves to start with.
You've reached the heart of the fortress. You spy a cleric up above. It seems to be the cult's leader, conducting some kind of ritual. The Heart of Vecna orders his minions to attack. To your surprise, these include the Eye and of Vecna, both alive and well. No doubt they've been resurrected by the leader.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about fighting both of these at once. It's just, they're not that big a deal. Fortunately, because I had run what? Because I had already run raids on this character,
You've defeated the resurrected Hand and Eye.
I had Curse Pot, so I saw it's like, hey, Curse of Vecna. How about no?
Unfortunately, the heart is sealed behind the magic
All the skeletons. They don't have a give us dungeon alert.
Slides open in the eastern wall. This must lead to the fortifications above. The heart of Vecna turns,
Hello.
surprised to see that you've found a way to reach him.
Alright, let's do all again with command. It looks like I just auto-fail command in here because I failed on a 15.
The leaders of the Hidden Hand are dead, and the cult in the city has been completely routed. Now to find the information you came for. Where is Vecna?
Okay. One last time.
You find the answer in the heart of Vecna's desk. Vecna has traveled to a fortress in the astral
It's more
plane
annoying
to conduct a ritual.
and more dangerous since
A
I keep
ritual
failing
that will give him
commands.
dominion over all of
But
Eberron.
we do finish in under 8 minutes, so it's got that going for it. Okay, off we go once more.
Your allies have already begun their attack on the Hidden Hand headquarters. You should speak with your United Forces contact. The scout says that the United Forces assault on the Hidden Hand's headquarters is already underway. You can take
Alright,
advantage
we
of
wanna
your
beat these
allies'
guys up.
attack to carve your way through the enemy base. The Hidden Hand cultists have locked down their fortress
AoE
to
them
help
down.
them battle the invasion. You'll need to find a way to open more doors if you want to make your way
Okay.
further.
I don't trust the Fury Reaper to follow me enough. You have to kill that on the way.
The lever that unlocks the door leading forward is guarded by one of the leaders of the Whispered One's cult, the Hand of Vecna. Your allies are doing a good job of keeping the Hidden Hand busy while you conduct your search.
Good. The Raptors made it up to me.
The Hand of Vecna has fallen. You can now reach the lever that opens the way leading deeper into the complex.
Got the lever. Moving on. Got the caster, so we're moving on. This time, you need to remember, Nothic dies first. Go. There's the
You
Nothics or
spot
anything
one
in
of the
here?
levers you'll need to access to open the way forward.
This is the one where we're here. We want to come around
This
this
lever
side.
is guarded.
Nothic
You'll
over here.
need
that
to
we need to take
defeat the
down.
Eye of Vecna.
And I take a full duration command. I take a second one. And there's a Fear Reaper over there. And I take a third command. And another command. Okay then. So that was a little sketchy because of all of the chain crowd control. It's like, would you like to get hit with command? Not really. Too bad. How about again? Again? But I just stood up.
The Eye of Vecna
Yes, again.
falls, allowing you to
No.
access the
Too
lever
bad.
it guards.
How about again? Alright, so lessons learned though. You need to pay attention to enemy names, and what we need to look out for all of the clerics, like this one, and kill them first. That's all we need to do. It's not that complex. It's just like, hey, it's a cleric. We get commanded for 5 seconds. Now, the big trick here was that he actually, when he hit command, he actually broke me out of the animation for my epic strike that would have killed him. So that was tricky. Oh wait, we need to put this buff back up. Yep. This is the one with the Nothic to the left, right?
You've reached the heart of the fortress. You spy a cleric up above. It seems to be the cult's leader.
An archer up there.
conducting
There's a
some
cleric
kind
here.
of ritual. The heart of
cleric
Vecna
down.
orders his minions to attack. Your surprise. These include the eye and hand of Vecna. Both alive. No doubt they've been resurrected by their leader.
How much do we need down to? A little lower. There we go.
You've defeated the resurrected hand and eye. Again. This leaves only the cult's leader, the heart of Vecna. Unfortunately, the heart has sealed himself behind the magical barrier. You'll need to find a way to reach it. A secret door slides open in the
Something
east
here.
wall.
Thank you.
This must lead to the fortifications above.
Killed most of them, which is all we need. We just really don't want dungeon alert
The
because
heart
this is
of
a red
Vecna
name.
turns, surprised to
Red
see
named.
that you've found a way to reach
We had a bunch of extra defenses if you have dungeon alert. Yep. I have slippery mind too, is the thing. So basically, my saves are way too low.
And the cult
Like,
in
I don't know
the
if I
city
don't
has
have a
been
saves item or just that I don't have a spell saves item, but
Where is Vecna?
I am missing a major defensive component in not having saves
You find the
because my
answer
will
in
save
the
is
heart of
36,
Vecna's desk.
which doesn't
Vecna has
do
traveled
really
to a
anything
fortress
at this
in
level.
The astral plane to conduct a ritual. A
Okay.
ritual that will give him dominion over all of
We still went
Eberron.
faster this time because we knew which way to go and which guys to kill. Despite our, we'll say, our closer calls and our annoyances with all of the clerics and getting hit with command over and over. Wisdom mod, feat bonus, enchanted bonus. So I don't think I have any equipment bonus to will saves. So I'm down like probably 30 saves where I should be. At least 20. Because you've got base resist and then you've got spell saves.
Your allies have already begun their attack on the Hidden Hand headquarters. You should speak with your United Forces contact. The scout
Yeah,
says
that's
that
sniper,
the
that's
United
fine.
Forces assault on the
We're
Hidden
fine with the
Hand
snipers
headquarters
shooting
is
at us.
already
It's the
underway.
clerics
You can take advantage of your allies' attack
that need the special
carve your
attention.
way through the enemy base. The Hidden Hand cultists have
Sniper,
locked
that's
down their fortress
fine.
to help them
Sniper,
battle
that's
the invasion.
fine.
You'll need to find a way to open more doors if you want to make your way further inside. The lever that unlocks the door leading forward is guarded by one of the leaders of the Whispered One's cult, the Hand of Death. Your allies are doing a good job of keeping the hidden hand busy while you conduct
Great
your
success
search.
having stuff come up to us.
The Hand of Vecna has fallen. You can now reach the lever that opens the way leading deeper
What
into
does
the
this
complex.
curse do anyway? Cursed wounds cannot be healed. Yeah, about that. We're dispelling that curse. Definitely dispelling that curse. Okay, there we go. What do we have here? Where?
You spot one of the levers you'll need to access to open the way forward.
Cleric. Another cleric. Okay. We know that there's a Nothic over here. We want to kill him.
You'll need to take the Eye of Vecna to open the path.
Fighter. Sniper. Okay. I think we took care of the clerics. Low enough. There we go.
The Eye of Vecna falls, allowing you to access the lever it guards.
I appreciate the encouragement. We do, in fact, intend to get them all. Well, okay, I take it back. We're not going to get them all. We're going to get as many as we need to. We have discovered that we never put saves in our gear. So basically every cleric can land command on us at will. So we do need to prioritize killing the clerics, so we don't just spend all of our time crowd controlled on the ground. Oh wait, there's not a red named here. We just need to pull the lever. We're just killing some of these so we don't get dungeon alert. Oh, we pulled the wrong lever? Oh, we didn't. I guess they interrupted us and we didn't actually pull it. There we go. Alright, cleric down.
You've reached the heart of the fortress. You spy a cleric up above. It seems to be the cult's leader, conducting
down.
some kind of ritual. The heart of Vecna orders his minions to attack. Your surprise, these include the Eye and Hand
Oh, is the
of
eye not going
Vecna,
to come down and fight me?
both
Oh,
alive
suck.
and well. No doubt they've been resurrected by their leader.
I'm gonna put black dragon
You've
bolts on me
defeated the
too.
resurrected Hand and
Gross.
Eye. Again. This leaves only the cult's leader, the Heart of Vecna. Unfortunately, the Heart has sealed himself behind a magical barrier. You'll need to find a way to reach him.
kidding me.
Secret
It's a
door
700.
slides open in the eastern
You're a
wall.
random skeleton dude.
This must lead to the fortifications above.
It's just not right. I'm the protagonist. It can't happen to me.
The heart of Vecna turns, surprised to see that you've found a way to reach him.
You know what? We'll use our epic moment. Why not?
The leaders of the Hidden Hand are dead,
Hello, Eye of Vecna.
and the cult in the city has been completely out. Now to find the information you came for. Where is Vecna?
Oh, the heart of Vecna's here too. Hey.
You find the answer in the heart of Vecna's desk. Vecna has traveled to a fortress in the astral plane to conduct a ritual.
Alright.
A ritual that will give him dominion over
Man,
all
this one doesn't
of
like
Eberron.
giving me names at all. Must be a Wayloon quest. However, we are getting faster. We're down to 6.5 minutes. So far, as per the stream's title, we are losing to rngesus. And it's not even close. We're losing bad. He's being picky. So let's drop it down to 1 skull. Maybe we've just been making things too hard for ourselves, and
Your allies have
That's
already
the
begun
problem.
their attack on the Hidden Hand headquarters. You should speak with your United Forces
we are on
contact.
cannon.
The scout says
Oh, I
that the
forgot to change
United
my tag.
Forces assault on the Hidden Hand's headquarters is already underway. You can take
I had
advantage
changed
of
those
your
tags,
allies'
but
attack to carve your
I changed
way
my tags
through
when
the
I was on a
enemy
different
base.
game on
The
Tuesday.
Hidden Hand cultists have locked down their
Used to be in my
fortress to help
tags.
them battle the invasion. You'll need to find a way to open more doors if you want to make your way further inside. The lever that unlocks the door leading forward
No
is
free
guarded
force
by one
damage
of
for
the
you.
leaders of the Whispered One's cult, the Hand of Vecna. Your allies are doing a good job of
It is nice that each time they resurrect these guys, they come back with less health. So they get closer to execute range.
The Hand of Vecna has fallen. You can now reach the lever that opens the way leading deeper into the complex.
Hi. Just gonna do that. I'm gonna hope these guys follow us. And the reason we hope they follow us instead of hope they fall behind is that we do actually want them around, because we want to kill them so they don't contribute to the dungeon alert. Excuse me, let me move. Thank you. There we go. A couple more deaths there. And a little bit more healing.
You spot one of the levers you'll need
This
to
time we
access
want to be
open
extra
the way
careful
forward.
because this is where we got super crowd controlled earlier. Because there are like 4 different clerics and they all
This lever is guarded.
have command.
You'll need to defeat the Eye of Vecna on your path.
And that's more crowd control than I can reasonably manage. So we were in Red Dungeon Alert. Fortunately, it was melee guys, so they ran over to us and they died.
The Eye of Vecna falls, allowing you to access the lever it guarded.
There's a Catholic joke in there somewhere about just saying no. However, to me that sounds more like a public service announcement. Just say no to clerics. Sounds like a public service announcement that would be run by, like, demons or something. Although, at least as far as like, Dungeons and Dragons and lore is concerned, they wouldn't say no to clerics in general. Because, like, even the evil gods have clerics. They don't care if it's a cleric or not, they just care which god you're worshipping. Which I suppose is true to real life as well.
You've reached the heart of the forest.
Here are the Nothic that we want
You
to kill
spy a
first.
cleric
There
above.
we go.
It
Here's the
seems
cleric that
to
we want to kill second. There we
conducting
go.
some kind of ritual.
And now,
The heart of Vecna
time
orders
to fight
his minions to attack.
the pieces of Vecna.
Your supplies. These include the eye and hand of Vecna. Both alive and well. No doubt they've been resurrected by their leader.
Really? An anti-healing curse?
You've defeated the resurrected hand and
We have
eye.
potions for this.
Again. This leaves only the cult's leader, the heart of
We
Vecna.
never poke fun at the clergy.
Unfortunately, the heart has sealed himself behind the magic barrier.
The thing about poking fun at any particular group, like clergy or something, is that it really depends on why you're doing it and how. Because any particular profession or subsect of a population is made out of people. And people, no matter what profession or anything else they are still going to be people, and that means they're still going to like make mistakes and have flaws and all that. So no one is really immune to it, I'll say, but on the other hand, it's not necessarily good
to. The city
to...
has been completely routed. Now to find the information you
I did kill him before he managed to resurrect him.
Where is Vecna? You find the
Well,
answer.
specifically
The
other
heart of
people
Vecna's
aren't
death.
perfect. I obviously
Vecna has
am the
traveled
exception,
to a fortress in the
because
astral
I have the
plane to
microphone.
conduct a ritual.
Whoever has the
A
microphone is
ritual
obviously
that
the
will give him
exception.
dominion over all of
Alright,
Eberron.
we got a weapon and a rune arm, which is not what we're looking for. We're looking for a cape. It's not giving us a cape. I'm wearing a mostly useless cape. Well, okay, it's not that useless. It's giving me a set bonus for 30 physical resist rating. But there are better ways to get that.
Your allies have already begun their attack on the Hidden Hand headquarters. You should speak with your United Forces contact. The scout says that the United
Okay,
Forces
that is a
assault on
Famine
the Hidden
Reaper.
Hand's headquarters is already underway.
And a Plague
Take
Reaper.
advantage of your allies' attack and carve your way through the enemy base. The Hidden
And a
Hand
Fear Reaper.
cultists have
Wow.
locked down their fortress to help them battle the
We're
invasion.
just getting reaped all over the
You
place
need
this
to find
time.
a way to open more doors if you want to make your way further inside. The lever that unlocks the door leading forward is guarded by one of the leaders of the Whispered One's cult, the Hand of Vecna. Your allies
Although
are doing
you
a
will
good
note
job
that
of keeping the Hidden
really
Hand
effective
busy
with
while you
Like, you're a Reaper. Like, well, what is... Does that make it harder? Like, well, yes, technically. But it really just means that we have to stop and fight for a little bit, as opposed to just running by.
The Hand of Vecna has fallen. You can now reach the lever that opens the way leading deeper into the complex.
Go. Cleric down. Knock it down. Go. Now we just do some AoE to keep Dungeon Alert down. Got the big dino just following us the whole way through.
You spot one of the levers you'll need to access to open the way forward.
that a cleric? It is. Ah, get rid of that one.
This lever is guarded.
And the
You'll
Nothic.
need to defeat the Eye of Vecna to open your path.
We're just gonna stand in this circle. It doesn't hurt much.
The Eye of Vecna falls, allowing you to access the lever it guarded.
And once again, big dinos just chilling. There we go. Cleric down. Back here. Stop running in circles. Thank you. Sniper. Nothic. Okay. Once again, we have a big enough group to just invest a little bit of AoE into thinning their numbers a bit.
You've reached
Nothic
the
on the
heart
left.
of the fortress. You spy a cleric up above. It seems to be the cult's leader, conducting some kind of ritual. The heart of Vecna orders his minions to attack. To your surprise, these include the Eye and Hand of Vecna, both alive and well. No doubt they've been resurrected by the leader.
Carnage Reaper is just over there, turned to gold.
You've defeated the resurrected Hand and Eye again. This leaves only the cult's leader, the Heart of Vecna. Unfortunately, the Heart has sealed himself behind a magical barrier. We need to find a way to reach him. A secret door slides open in the eastern wall. This must lead
If you're wondering why they didn't like immediately aggro me,
the Heart of
it's
Vecna
because I got a proc on invisibility.
that you found a way to reach him.
See how we have orange dungeon alert. Oh, and we got commanded. At least it's down to yellow.
The leaders of the Hidden Hand are dead.
Okay, so
And the
it did take us
city
a
has been
sec.
completely gutted. Now to find the information you came
And the
for.
one reason that we couldn't chop those things down to reduce the effect of our dungeon alert is what I hadn't realized earlier, which is that there is a wall that comes up once we go in here, so the skeletons actually couldn't follow us. So that's something that we'll have to take into account in future runs to make sure to kill the skeletons, because we can't kill them during the boss
You
fight.
find the answer in the heart of Vecna's desk. Vecna has traveled to a fortress
named
in
loot.
the astral plane to conduct a ritual. A ritual
That's 5
that will
times
give him
looted,
dominion over
4 times
all
no
of
loot.
Eberron.
1 time double loot. It's not ideal. We continue to lose our fight against rngesus. What I should have done is I should have put up like a win-loss counter to see to keep track of who was winning the whole time.
Your allies have already begun their attack on the Hidden Hand headquarters. You should speak with your United Forces contact. The scout says that the
Oh, I'm farming for
United
gear.
Forces assault on the Hidden Hand's headquarters is already underway. You can take advantage of your allies' attack to carve
of
your
course,
way through the enemy base.
The person that you,
The Hidden Hand
in theory,
cultists
pray
have
to
locked down the
for
fortress to
loot
help
drops
them battle the invasion.
is not normal
You'll need to
Jesus,
find
but
a way to
RNG.
open more doors if you want to make your
The
way
random number
further
generator,
inside.
which is how games and other computer programs handle randomness.
By one of the leaders of the Whispered Ones.
I suppose I should have clarified that, because not everyone's going to be familiar with that particular acronym.
Hidden hand busy while you conduct your search. The hand of Vecna has fallen. You can now reach the lever that opens the way into the complex.
Leave me alone, skeleton. I don't know what it is about this dinosaur that has it like constantly charging forward through the base. Like, because it's not just like the AI got stuck there one time. It's been consistent across multiple runs that the big dinosaur in the beginning, as you open doors, continues to go through the base with you, like fighting random dudes. I guess it's like it was like a captive and it's out for revenge or something, but
You spot one of the levers you'll need to access to open the way forward.
where are the other clerics? Oh, well, there's one of them around because I just got hit with the command. Oh, and I get hit with the command again. This is why we go for the clerics first.
This lever is guarded. You'll need to defeat the Eye of Vecna to open your path.
That's sword grouping. And I took multiple hits from it, so we got a nasty little debuff on us now. Well, it's worn off, but we had a nasty debuff.
The Eye of Vecna falls, allowing you to access the lever guarded.
Go. Stop it. Thank you. Yep. Command it again. But my thingy was off. By thingy, I mean my Harper pin. So, you know, I can get rid of one command every, like, I think it's 5 minutes, because it's the greater pin. I think that's the cooldown on it.
You've reached the heart of the fortress. You spy a cleric up above. It seems to be the cult's leader, conducting some kind of ritual. The heart of Vecna orders his minions to attack. These include
Hello,
eye
Eye.
and hand of Vecna.
Welcome to the party. I want you to put them down off of your perch.
No doubt they've been resurrected by their
I'll
leader.
kill you now. Or you'll move away. That's fine. I'll kill the hand first.
You've defeated the resurrected
Or you'll just make a
hand
liar
eye.
out of me and
Again. This
You'll die
leaves
first
only
anyway.
the cult's leader, the heart of Vecna. Unfortunately, the
Now,
heart
we need to
has
remember
sealed
what we said
himself
last
behind the magical bed. You'll need to find a way
we need
to
to remember
reach
to kill the skeletons before we enter the boss room, because a wall comes up
This
and
must
keeps
lead
them
to
from
the
joining the fight.
fortifications above.
So if we don't want them contributing to Dungeon Alert,
The heart
which
of
I'm actually
Vecna
fine with
turns,
at the moment,
surprised to see
because we
that
didn't
you
have as many
found a
guys
way
left
to
alive
reach
this
him.
time. So it's actually not a big deal.
Leaders of the hidden hand are dead. an occult in the city has been completely routed. Now to find the information.
Why is the hand going all the way over there? He's supposed to be a melee one. Why is he running around? Maybe I was invisible and he lost sight of me or something. Now, obviously, if we were on a higher difficulty or something, then him running around and not hitting me would be a good thing. But when I'm just trying to AoE everything down,
find the answer
it's not ideal.
In the heart of Vecna's desk. Vecna has traveled
Legendary
to a
absorption
fortress in
gauntlet.
the astral plane to conduct
Resist,
a ritual.
insightful sheltering,
A
fire
ritual that will
absorb.
give him dominion over
Okay,
all of
alright.
Eberron.
I don't think I had one. But it's not what we're looking for. More alert, more better. Can't say I agree with that one. I find it super annoying to get slowed. And there are enough guys in this particular quest that I don't think I could pull alert and not get slowed. Because, you know, you have to keep stopping and pulling levers and stopping and pulling levers. It's not exactly a you can just run by and skip everything kind of quest.
Your allies have already begun their attack on the Hidden Hand headquarters. You should speak with your United Forces contact. The scout says that the United Forces assault on the Hidden Hand's headquarters is already underway. You can take advantage of your allies' attack to carve your way through the enemy base. The Hidden Hand cultists have locked down their fortress to help them battle the invasion. You'll need to find a way to open more doors if you want to make your way further inside. The lever that unlocks the door leading forward is guarded by one of the leaders of the Whispered One's cult, the Hand of Vecna.
So, the Hand of Vecna, the first time, and Skeleton, that was just never going to die because
The Hand of Vecna.
Stone Guard and has super high damage reduction against piercing.
Into the compound.
And I'm not carrying any like random
Your
bludgeoning
allies
weapons
are
to
doing
swap
a
to.
good job of keeping the Hidden Hand busy while you conduct your search.
You look at this dude. He's out for blood. Oh, that's concrete. Let's kill him before we move on. Okay, good. Look, another player. And the big room.
You spot one of the levers you'll need to access, open the way forward.
There we go.
This lever is guarded.
Watch it go down.
You'll need to defeat the Eye of Vecna to open your path. The Eye of Vecna falls, allowing you to access the lever it guarded.
Grab the remnants on the way. Fire down. And I know I can't pull the lever while that knocking is up. Yes, the force damage auto hits, and I don't have any defenses against it. Like, at least for the archers, I have deflect arrows, and for like random melee stuff, I have a lot of dodge, and I have displacement and all that.
You've reached the heart
But
of the fortress.
against,
You
hi,
sigh
take
a
force
breath
damage.
above.
I don't have anything.
It seems to be the cult's leader, conducting some kind of ritual. The Heart of Vecna orders his minions to attack. To their surprise, using through the eye and hand of Vecna, both alive and well. No doubt they can resurrect him.
Down and next.
You've defeated the resurrected hand and eye again. This leaves only the cult's leader, the Heart of Vecna. Unfortunately, the Heart has sealed himself behind a magical barrier. You'll need to find a way to reach it. A secret door slides open in the eastern wall. This must lead to the fortifications wall.
Grab all the stuff.
The Heart of Vecna turns,
Hi.
surprised to see that you've found a way to reach him. Leaders of the Hidden Hand are dead. The cult in the city has been completely eliminated. Now to find the information you can.
Vector first.
Where is Vecna?
And these snipers just running around everywhere.
You find the answer in the heart of Vecna's desk. Vecna has
Art of
traveled to a
Persuasion,
fortress
Volume
in the
3.
astral plane to conduct
Huh.
a ritual. A ritual that will give him dominion
An assassinate
over
augment.
all of Eberron.
That would be handy. That increases my assassinate DCs by 16, since I have so far not been able to find or not been able to get any of the assassinate items I want to drop. Also, we got another copy of the rune arm. Right. We have one more shot at this one. The question is, which piece of gear would I put an assassinate augment into? Like, obviously I could put it here, I could put it... I could put it there, but that's kind of a waste. I'd kind of want it on a more specialized piece of gear, because it's kind of a waste of an augment slot on a general purpose piece of gear, because no one else is going to want to assassinate besides this character. Or, well, this build, I'm going to say.
Your allies
Most
have
builds don't
already
care about
begun their
assassinate
attack
at
on
all.
the Hidden Hand headquarters. You should speak with your United Forces contact. The scout says that the United Forces assault on the Hidden Hand's headquarters is already underway. You can take advantage of your allies' attack to
Dead.
carve your way through the enemy
Your
base.
Reaper.
The Hidden Hand cultists have locked down their fortress to help them battle the invasion. You'll need to find a way to open more doors if you want to make your way further inside.
So,
The lever that unlocks the door leading forward is guarded by one of the leaders of the Whispered One's cult, the Hand of Vecna. Your allies are doing a good job of keeping the Hidden Hand busy when you conduct your search. The Hand of Vecna has fallen.
alright.
You can now reach the lever that opens the way leading deeper into the complex.
Just drive-by dotting it. tapping everything on the way.
You spot one of the levers you'll need to access to open the way forward.
Yep, Confused Uncanny Dodge doesn't help too much when I am on the floor from command. There we go.
This lever is guarded. You'll need to defeat the Eye of Vecna to open the path.
Okay, alright, getting lower, getting lower. Oh, moved right when I use my epic strike.
The Eye of
annoying.
Vecna falls, allowing you to access the lever guarded.
Remnants, move on. Oh, that has a smaller radius than I thought. Clear down. Knock it down. And we will spin our chains to win. I'm really doing a better job here than I was before of playing around my cooldowns. Basically, that I run, and I run, and I run, and I run,
You've reached the heart
but
of the
the
fortress.
timing of it
You spy a cleric
is that
Seems
what
to
I
be
should be
close.
doing, and what I'm doing a better job of now than I was before.
The heart of Vecna orders his minions to attack.
Timing when I stop to be,
These include
well,
the Eye
when I have
Hand
cooldowns
of
ready.
Vecna,
So, like,
both alive and well.
I'm not going to bother stopping if I don't have chains off the cooldown, for example. Why would I do something like that?
You've defeated the resurrected
Alright.
hand and eye.
They're down.
Again.
Grab remnants. Time to
This
kill a bunch of
leaves
skeletons.
only the cult's leader, the Heart of Vecna. Unfortunately, the Heart has sealed himself behind a magical barrier. You'll need to find a way to reach him. A secret door slides open in the eastern wall.
Dodge bypass. Yeah, that is pretty solid. I mean, it's not useful against most things, but the things that it is useful against are definitely ones that you want it against. Like the, I want to say it's, what is it? It's like Heroic
The Heart of
Souls to have a
Vecna
bunch of extra dodge.
Surprised to see that you found a way to reach him.
Here.
Leaders of the Hidden Hand are dead, and the cult in the city has been completely
Was that fast enough to cancel the resurrection?
Now
It was.
to find the information
Excellent.
you came for. Where is Vecna?
Alright.
You find the answer.
Last chance at
in
the cloak.
heart of Vecna's desk. Vecna has
No
traveled
dice.
to a fortress in the astral plane to conduct a ritual. A ritual that will give him dominion over all of Eberron.
But we did get more rune arms, I guess? Yeah, we've got like... We got 4 of this fire rune arm. It has insightful combustion on it. Yay! How are we doing on inventory space? Yeah, plenty. Especially once I actually do this. Alright, we're gonna take one more shot at getting this chest piece, and then I think we're gonna call it a night. So, this should be about a 10-11 minute run, assuming I get it correctly and don't like fall off.
Ahead, its polished white stone exterior gleaming in the night sky. Your informant,
Put on our
Alfred
lock-picking ring early.
waits for you before the stone gate. He silently beckons to you. Alfred says
And then
that
we're
the
gonna
inkwell
go
of
over
Orion is locked up somewhere on
final
the top
results.
floor of the tower. He advises you to stay out of sight of the guards while you search. Remaining hidden will make it easier to search for the inkwell. Climbing up above the guards will give you a place to hide.
We're gonna basically
By
go
using
over
the checkpoints you will
who
find
won.
up in the rafters, you can stay above and out of sight. You find a pipe at the base of this wall. The grate is locked tight. You tug on the grate and it springs open.
So we're gonna go over
revealing a
what we
passageway
ran
inside.
and what dropped
Step
there,
out
and
the
of
pipe
course
and
what
into a
didn't
kitchen
drop
in the
there.
basement. You find a room containing
So
a
we
service
started off
elevator leading
in
to the upper
Wayloon
level.
in the Rat's Quest,
The elevator takes you to
and then
a
we came
dark
here
chamber full of machinery,
to
likely
this
in the back
lovely
halls
pair
of
of
the upper
quests.
floor. To one side, you
And
spot a small door through which
so
you can
far,
hear the
we have
low
not
rumble
gotten
of voices.
anything that we were
But
explicitly
first
farming
things
for.
first, find a way to avoid confrontation. You open this grate into a cramped vent. You emerge from the vent and find yourself above a
Wanna go
large
this way.
room decorated as an office space. You rattle the grate to no avail. Judging by the keyhole in its side, you'll need to find a key to get inside. The security construct flashes and a booming alarm rings out. Intruders, deploying reinforcements. You hear muffled voices as more guards teleport into the surrounding rooms.
Oh,
You
okay.
spy a small vent in the wall above the lobby, marked with a large purple crystal. A booming alarm rings out as the guard pulls the lever. Intruders, deploying reinforcements. You hear muffled voices as more guards teleport into the surrounding rooms.
The most dastardly trap
Your
possible.
eyes follow the pillars
Putting a dot
flanking the
on you
walls
so you
up
can't
there
pull levers to
and
escape.
find a small vent fixed into the stone. A murmur of voices rises.
The best
further down the
possible
hall.
security
A configuration
is
of
abusive game
weapons
mechanics.
blocks your path.
Just
They
put a dot on them.
hide
It'll
magical
interrupt them
energy.
opening the door. Then they can't get away.
You find a small silver key atop this dusty cabinet.
It is interesting that this life I
The
have
metal
found a
grate
reason
breathes
to have overcapped jump. Like, sure, jump normally caps at 40, and it's a hard cap. But I have reason to have 60 on this build. Because being in sneak
You
mode
find a lever
gives you
contained
a
within
penalty to
walls of
jump.
magic energy.
So if you want to jump
At
while
its base
sneaking,
is a dim purple crystal, matching the crystal marking the vent in the lounge.
then
Two
you
other
want
levers
60
are
jump.
fixed against the back
I don't think I
wall.
have 60 jump, do I?
The glowing tiles dim, unlocking the
I have
red
57.
lever.
So I can jump almost full height while sneaking. That one still needs to move. That one needs to move. That one. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one's not fine. These need a lot more. Oh, no. This one just needs a couple more. This one needs more. This one needs more. This one needs more. 2 more. Thank you. Bounce. And this one needs 3 more. There we go.
The beam of light from the mirror strikes its target, unlocking the blue lever. The light beams guarding the lever sputter to a stop. The purple crystal on the
and
pedestal
off we go.
lights up,
Back the other way.
signaling that the vent in the lounge has been opened.
could have jumped straight to that platform. So I lost some frames there.
You crawl through this small vent and find yourself in the back hall of the tower's
Alright, off we go.
The door leads to a room littered with open books and alchemical tools. Evidence of the mage's experiments line the walls.
We want to kill these
Inside
guys,
this
but we
room,
want to
you
kill
see
them.
more tools for
No,
the
we're
mage's
fighting these
experiments.
guys. Because these guys, we have to fight these guys. These guys, we don't have to fight these guys. So, why is they gonna go at the same time? Like, wait, where's the last one?
A pack of
There it is.
skittering cranium rats leaps from the shadows.
Alright, we want to come over here. These drafts too.
The last of the cranium rats twitches.
There we go.
Falls still. You pull this lever and hear a door groaning open in the distance.
And back the other way. The long, long away. There we go. Cannon removed, and we can move forward.
Another elevator stands before you at the end of this hallway,
Because
leading up
And this
to
is
the
a
top
big
floor.
difference between this quest and the
Inkwell
last quest we
Orient
were running,
must be
which
somewhere
is that
up
the
above.
group sizes in here are
You exit
relatively
the
small,
elevator to the top
so we
floor
don't
of
get
the
hit with
tower.
dungeon alert for just
The
like killing
Inkwell
half the
of
guy,
Orient must be
half of the
close
guys.
by.
It's just like, yeah, I killed half the guys. Now there's only like 3 left, so we're good to go. And we did test last time we were in here on if we had to kill everything in this room or not. And the answer is yes. This is one of the doors that is locked by the life force of nearby enemies.
Various antiquities and powerful magical artifacts are stored inside this room. Yet the Inkwell of Orient does not seem to be here with them.
And let's see. Now we need to fight the red name cultists. Well, the cultists, one of whom is red name.
Before you stands a group of hidden hand-hunters, searching for the Inkwell as well. They spring to attack. The last cultist slumps at your feet.
Up a little bit between things.
You open the door to find a mass of scarlet light beams that divide the room into a maze.
Nope, we go left this time. There we go. I was doing well until that last little bit.
You see
Alright,
a large
rebuff.
ritual circle on the floor.
And stealth to get a
and
little
an
bit of
area
extra buff.
light beams. Beyond stands your final goal, the Inkwell of Orient. A voice rings out as you step over the threshold and into this chamber. Scanning.
Now we just have to wait for
Unauthorized
her to talk a
personnel
bunch
detected.
while the guys
Commence
get
final
summoned in to
defense.
fight us.
You hear a low rumble as something teleports into the room. The mages have summoned a horde of demons, and they are out for blood.
Take Good, good. We like it when you use that one. That's easier to handle than your, than this one. Okay, alright. We'll go kill these guys while you do that. Aw, my execute missed.
More enemies materialize before your eyes.
Alright. No, it's okay. I can just dispel the debuff.
The rock and its companions fall to the ground and turn to ash. With
Grab
the
all the
guardians
remnants.
gone, the final barrier blocking the inkwell sputters out. Your path is clear at last. You carefully tuck the inkwell of Orion into your pack. Now to escape the tower before anyone notices its absence.
Alright, number of
You
times looted,
emerge from
5.
the tower into the fresh night air.
Alright,
Inkwell in hand,
now it is time to
you're
head to the
ready
vendor
return to Moorgrave
and look over
University
what we have
and deal
received
with the Codex
for our
once
efforts.
and for all.
Alright, so first we're going to get rid of all the random stuff that we don't care about so that we can better evaluate the other stuff. That goes away. Now we have all this stuff. Serious goes away. Alright. So, let's take a look at our haul for the evening. And we'll put it all in, somewhere. I need to drop a bunch of this stuff in the bank. Okay, we'll drop like a bunch of this stuff over here. Yeah, this is like gear I was wearing before. Okay, so let's go over what we got, and we'll drag it all to this second to last tab. Yep, we got those. How about these? No, we already had those. Yeah, oh, we got that. We did get that. And that. Excuse me. Is that everything? That might be everything. Okay, so we had a total of... we had 8 runs of the Wayloon quest that we were looking for the dagger or the assassination item. We had 8 runs of the one with the eye, the hand, and the whatnot of Vecna, where we were looking for the melee cloak. And we had 5 runs of Grand Theft Orion where we were looking for the armor. So, for all those runs, what did we get? Actually, let's double check. Oh, I did miss one thing. Let's find it, shall we? Is that it? It is. Okay. So, for those 21 runs, looking for 3 items. Of the items that we were trying to get, we got 0. So we got, of our 8 runs in Wayloon, we got 1 named item that we didn't want. So that's just food. Oh, I missed a rune arm too. There we go. So we got a minor artifact boots. I already had one of these, so this is a dupe. So that's not useful. We got 4 of the same fire rune arm. We got 3 weapons. So if I understand the drop tables correctly, the weapons are on a separate drop table. The minor artifacts are on a separate drop table. And I don't know about how the rune arms work. I think they're... like, the rune arms drop way more than other stuff. So they've got to be on something separate, but I don't know if it's the same as the weapons or not. So for stuff that is not weapons, rune arms, at least it's not as bad as Mithranor. Are you sure about that? Because here's the thing. For 21 runs, let's say even assuming that the rune arms are on the same weapon drop table, for 21 runs, we got 4 named items. That's low, much lower than it should be. Which means that we got very unlucky. And yes, I'm aware of the whole thing with rare drops in Myth Draenor. I haven't farmed for much in Myth Draenor at this point, so it's a thing. Now, notably, the things I've been farming for in Myth Draenor that I haven't gotten, mind you, aren't on the rare drop tables. I'm just getting normal unlucky on the 33%. But yeah, so in theory, running 21 quests, we should have gotten 7-ish named items that aren't on separate drop tables like weapons. And we got 4. Now, notably, 33% is the elite rate. It's supposed to be an extra percent per skull, which means that for those 8 runs that we did in Wayloon, most of those were R4, and some of them were R6, and like almost everything else was R2. So we had a very unlucky night as far as drops are concerned. But at least we can feed our weapon. So let's see. Let's just make sure that none of this stuff dropped with Reaper on it. Although, actually, to be fair, the Wayloon quest, the dagger out of it that we were looking for, that is on the rare drop table for that quest as well. It's just that we got unlucky in 8 runs. We got 1 total named item overall. And I'm pretty sure I already have those, but I'm going to check the bank first. Show me Mocking Passage. There it is. But this set has Mythic on it. Lock. Retrieve. This is the one with not mythic on it, so it goes away. And then I think we keep these. Okay, so we got a defense cloak. So we got a defense cloak, and we got some absorb gauntlets that we didn't have previously, for as our total for those runs. Alright, well, as I said, that was the last of our runs, which means it is the end of our stream tonight. I don't see anyone on that I know that I would want to be raiding, so we are going to be skipping the raid tonight. But for everyone here, regardless of platform or whatnot, thank you all for stopping by, hanging out with me tonight as we attempted to get loot and failed at it. The random number generator was against us, and we just could not overcome it. That said, if you enjoyed the stream, you can, do the free things, whether that's follow on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube or whatever you feel like. If you didn't enjoy the stream, I'm not sure while you're still here, you can click off to go to other things very easily. The internet is full of entertainment. Or you can, try to give some constructive feedback. That's, I am always looking to improve things. Hopefully the audio balance was better this time, since I noticed last time it was not as good. But all that being said, thank you for your time, thank you for hanging out, and good night.